Welcome, my friend. Thanks for joining me on the mat today to tend to your body. We're going to spend the next 25 minutes just enjoying ourselves, enjoying our body, enjoying our breath, and enjoying the feel-good moves of this flow. So bring a sense of joy and lightheartedness to the mat so you can truly soak up the feel-good vibes as we flow and connect with our body. I'll meet you seated on the mat. Alright, my friend, we're going to place one heel close to your groin and then stack the opposite foot in front. It doesn't matter which one you start with, as we will take it on both sides. And let's take a deep breath in, sitting up tall, soft smile on your face. And on the exhale, mirroring me, release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maintain length in your spine. You can walk your left fingertips out to deepen the stretch. I even like to walk them back in space a little. Now let's release your right hand towards the mat and lift your opposite hand up and over, taking it into a side body stretch. Keep both sits bones grounded to the earth and focus on reaching your fingertips away, getting nice and long along your side body. We're going to change it up a little now. I want you to now focus on knitting your front ribs together and spiraling your chest open to the sky. From here, think up and over as you reach away, lowering your extended arm to the mat. Walk your fingertips to center, then release and fold forward, extending your arms long. We'll slowly walk back up. Bring your fingertips behind you, pointing towards your body, and slowly lift and press your hips up as you reach your chest forward. And if it feels comfortable and safe in your body, you can release your head back. On your next exhalation, slowly lower your seat back to the mat. The sand was super sticky at this beach and I had a hard time getting it off. A few times it did end up getting into my eyes. So we're going to take the same flow, but with the opposite foot in front. Take another deep breath in with a smile on your face. And on the exhale, maintaining your posture, lower your left ear towards your left shoulder. Keep your chin in neutral, parallel with the mat. And walk your right fingertips out to deepen the stretch if you'd like. Maybe even walking them back in space. And then release your left hand to the mat. And lift your opposite hand up and over for our side body stretch on the second side. Check in with your sits bones to ensure that right hip remains grounded to the earth. And focus on reaching your fingertips over to the left, getting nice and long from your hip all the way to your fingertips. Beautiful. Now let's change it up a little. Knit your front ribs together. Focus on spinning and spiraling your chest open to the sky. Gaze lifts under your arm. And we'll think up and over, a big beach ball as you lower your extended arm to the mat. Walk your fingertips to center and then fold forward. Arms long, sternum reaching towards the mat. Mindfully walk back up, bringing your fingertips behind you. From here, we'll slowly lift those hips, press them up as you reach your chest forward. Take it into a back bend. And then if it feels comfortable and safe, release your head back, opening your throat. Slowly lower your seat back to the mat. All right, my friend, let's make our way to hands and knees for tabletop pose. Stacking your wrists directly under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hip points. On your next inhalation, we'll breathe in as you lower your belly and lift your gaze for cow pose. exhalation as you ripple your spine, rounding up into cat pose. While in cat pose, go ahead and rock it front to back. And then breathe in, lower your belly, tailbone lengthens towards the sky, heart shines. And exhale, round it through. While we're here in cat pose, press through your left back body. And then press through your right back body. And then come back to center. And inhale, lower your belly and lift your gaze. Exhale, round into cat pose one last time. And then return to flat back. Clarify your foundation here in tabletop. And then we'll extend your right leg long behind you so the leg becomes parallel with your torso. Flex your foot and spin your pinky toe down to help square your hips. We'll hold it here for 3 steady, even breaths. Knitting your front ribs together. Firming your abs up and in. And if it's within your practice, extend your left arm long. Heel reaching back as your fingertips reach forward, getting nice and long. Remember to keep it playful and smile in these challenging balancing postures. If you wish to challenge your balance even more, join me in drawing your heel towards your seat and then reach your extended arm up and back to clasp the pinky toe side of your foot. Then once you have it, we'll press your foot back to help open your chest. Keep your gaze to the front of the mat. Beautiful. Now with control, release your foot and extend everything long once more. Then keep your leg extended and lower your palm to the mat. Then lift that leg, arching your back, sole of foot reaches to the sky before you step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Now you can stay right here if this is a nice deep stretch for your body. If you'd like to take it deeper, you can fan your toes open off of the mat and then let your knee fall open a little. I want you to come to your fingertips and then lift up through your heart center, creating space to allow your hips to move forward and down into the pose. Take a slow rock of your hips side to side, just massaging that hip joint, showing it a little love. The next time you rock to the left, go ahead and lower your hips a few more inches towards the mat, and then take your gaze over your right shoulder. A nice juicy stretch. This is one of my favorites in our practice today. Then we'll take this to the other side, so lowering your right hip, gaze lifts over your left shoulder, return to center, and melt those hips forward and down once more. And then we'll bring your foot back in so it's parallel with the edge of the mat. Tuck your back toes and press up. Heel toe your foot to the inside of your hand so your hands frame your foot. Lower your back heel to the mat. Glance down to make sure your front heel bisects your back arch. And then fan up, coming into Warrior Two pose. Nice wide stance here. Bend into your front knee a little more so it's parallel with the mat. If you notice your front knee collapsing in, go ahead and press it open so your knee tracks with your front foot. Lower your back hand to your thigh. Your front arm reaches forward, up and back, settling into peaceful warrior pose. Keep that front knee bent as you reach those fingertips back in space. Fan and open back to Warrior Two. Sweep your back arm down, around and up, coming into High Lunge pose. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, twist and open to the right side. We'll lower your front palm to the mat and extend the opposite fingertips to the sky. Easy twist. Your front ribs knit together and actively draw your left rib cage towards your thigh. Let's lower your back knee to the mat and move even deeper into the twist, opening your chest towards the sky, those fingertips reaching back. Top arm lowers to the mat to frame your foot. We'll step your knee back, coming into knee variation of plank pose, in one long line from your knees to the crown of your head. We're going to take 5 push-ups. So with elbows hugging along your body, go and lower down for 1. Then press up, abs firm up, and then a lower down for 2. And press up. Then we'll lower down for 3. Press up. Lower down for 4. Press up. We'll lower down for 5. And go ahead and lower all the way to the mat. We're going to come into Cobra pose. So on your inhale, peel your upper body off the mat, draw your shoulder heads back, exhale, soften and lower. Taking Cobra once more, using the muscles of your back, lift up even higher, abs firm up and in as you lower to the mat. Now this time, we're going to press and lift up to full up dog this time. Beautiful. And lift those hips to downward facing dog. Palms shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, chest melting through center. Shake your head side to side, releasing any tension you may be feeling. And then take your head up and down. We'll lower your knees to the mat and rest your hips to your heels for child's pose. Take a moment to yourself to rest and notice your breath and your heartbeat. Round forward, coming to your hands and knees to take this flow to the second side. We'll extend your left leg long behind you, foot flex, glance back as you spin your pinky toe down, squaring your hips. And take those 3 deep breaths as we hold here. Front ribs knit together. The crown of head reaching towards the space in front of you. If you joined me on the other side, go and extend your right arm long. A long line from your heel to your fingertips, reaching away both ends. Remember to smile as you hold. You can stay here or play around with challenging your balance. No worries if you fall out of this pose. The earth is always there to catch you. Just enjoy the playful practice. Draw your heel towards your seat. Reach your extended arm up and back to clasp the pinky toe side of your foot. Press your foot back to help open your chest. Your gaze towards the front of the mat. With control, release your foot and extend everything long once more. Keep your back leg extended and lower your front palm to the mat. Then we'll lift your foot to the sky, arching your back before you step your foot through to the outside edge of your left hand. Now your right and left side may be a little different, so try not to automatically do what you did on the other side. So staying right here may be your option if this is a nice deep stretch for this side, or you can fan your toes open about 45 degrees, letting your knee open. No matter your variation, come to those fingertips and lift up in your heart. We're creating that space, that openness to allow your hips to really sink towards the mat, melting into the pose. Take that slow rock of the hips side to side, massaging your hip joint only if it feels good in your body. If you're rocking side to side, the next time you rock to the right, go ahead and lower your hip a few more inches towards the mat, and then take your gaze over your left shoulder. We'll take this to the other side, so lowering your hip to the left, gaze over your right shoulder. Return to center, melting those hips forward and down once more. Then bring your foot back in so it's parallel with the edge of the mat. Tuck your back toes and press up. Heel toe your foot to the inside so your hands frame your foot. We'll lower your back heel to the mat And glance down to make sure your front heel bisects your back arch. Go ahead and fan up. Nice wide stance, keeping a generous bend in your front knee. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you create space between your shoulders and your ears. Lower your back hand to your thigh. Front arm reaches forward, up and back, coming into our peaceful warrior pose. Reach those fingertips back in space. Open your chest to the sky. And then we'll fan and open back up into warrior two. And this time, let's straighten your front leg and turn your front toes to point to the side of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Draw them down and away. Lift your gaze, taking it into a back bend. On your next exhalation, begin to hinge forward at your hips. Your interlaced fingers reach up and overhead. Your palms press and yearn towards each other. Keep space between your shoulders and your ears, enjoying this amazing stretch for your shoulders. We'll keep your arms just as they are, and we'll slowly start to shift your weight to your right side, bending into your right knee as deeply as you comfortably can. Slow and intentionally shift back to center and take it over to the left side, bending into your left knee. We'll take it once more on each side, so let's come back to center and then take it over to the right. If this is too intense on your shoulders, you can soften and release your fingertips to the mat. We'll come back to center and over to the left. Back to center. Lift halfway, soften and release your fingertips to the mat. And then just fold forward here. Let everything weigh heavy. And let's inhale, lift halfway to flat back. And exhale, soften forward. Big, beautiful breath in as you circle your fingertips to the sky. At the top, we'll point your toes to the front of the mat and fan your arms to warrior two. Sweep your back arm down or round it up, coming into high lunge. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, twist and open to the left side. Lower your front palm to the mat and extend the opposite fingertips to the sky for our easy twist. Feel your front ribs knit together and actively draw your right rib cage towards your thigh. And lower your back knee to the mat. We'll move into the twist a little more, reaching your fingertips back, opening your chest towards the sky. Top arm lowers to frame your foot. Tuck your back toes and press up to step back for plank pose. Lower to chaturanga and lift up to a beautiful facing dog, soft smile on your face. Lower knees to mat and rest your hips to your heels for child's pose. Feel your forehead kissing the mat. Let's tuck all 10 toes and lift your hips to down dog. In our down dog, go ahead and step your feet as wide as the mat. And take 3 deep nourishing breaths here, letting your sternum fall towards the mat, heels sink to the mat, or maybe you have a slight bend in your knees, whatever feels best in your body. Walk your feet back into hip width apart. Glance forward, and we'll step one foot to the front of the mat and then the other for our forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows and just hang it out here. Keep a slight bend in both your knees and enjoy this forward fold. And release your fingertips to the mat. Breathe and lift halfway, finding a nice flat back. Exhale, soften and melt forward. Breathe in, circle your fingertips down, around and up. Your palms kiss the top and reach back, take it into a mini back bend before you hinge at your hips, taking it down through center to your forward fold. Heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. We're preparing for our yoga squat. Heels in, toes out, and slowly lower your hips into the pose. Bring your hands prayer to heart. Elbows press into the inside of your thighs and lift up through the crown of your head, staying broad and open in your chest. If your heels pop up, no worries. You can place a blanket underneath it to help fill the gap, or you can place a yoga block underneath your sits bones to support alignment of your spine in this pose. Slowly lower yourself to the mat. Soles of feet to the mat in front of you and grasp along the back side of your thighs. On your exhale, round back in your spine, letting your weight shift back. Then take a slow sway side to side, tending to the space between your shoulder blades. Then allow yourself to lower all the way to the mat, hugging your knees into your chest. Rock side to side, providing your low back a loving massage. I had a little trouble here with the sand being uneven beneath me, but I worked it all out. And then settle into stillness at center. Just hug it out, head resting to the mat, feeling the length of your spine ground into the earth. We'll extend your left leg long. Then take a slow rock side to side of your right knee, massaging that hip joint. Then take your knee into your left hand as you guide it across your body into a twist. Right arm reaches to the side and let your gaze follow that arm. Breathe into the space of your belly, into the twist. Unwind and return everything to center. Hug your knee in once more and then extend the sole of foot to the sky, lowering it to the mat. We'll draw that left knee in towards your chest. Take that rock side to side, from your armpit towards your chest, back and forth. Then take your knee into your right hand as you guide it across your body into a twist. Left arm reaches to the side this time. Let your gaze follow that arm. Enjoy the sensations of this twist in your body. Unwind and return everything to center, hugging your knee in once more. Then lift your sole of foot to the sky before you lower it to the mat. I'm taking our final pose, Shavasana. Let your feet fall open as wide as the mat. Hands rest at your side, taking as much space as you'd like. Palms open up to the sky. Allow the muscles of your body to completely soften and relax. Let them weigh heavy, melt into the ground beneath you, letting go and softening with each exhalation you take. Begin to deepen your breath, bring awareness back into your body. We'll draw one knee into your chest and then the other. Whirl over to the right side. Deep inhalation through your nose. And a long, slow exhalation out your nose. And with your eyes closed and your attention remaining inward, go ahead and make your way to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Once you're there, rest your hands to your knees, lengthen up through your spine. A soft smile spreads across your face as you take a moment to notice how you're feeling after our practice today. Big, beautiful breath in, circling your fingertips to the sky, gathering love and light. Your palms kiss, and bring all that love and light down to your heart center. Raise prayer to your forehead, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our thoughts of ourselves and thoughts of others. Hand lowers to prayer at your mouth, setting an intention to stay present and mindful as you nourish your body. Hands lower to your heart, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our actions, acting in love and kindness. And take a final moment to thank yourself for taking this time to tend to your body, mind, and soul. Beautiful practice today, my friend. Sending love and light to you and all beings. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this practice left you feeling open, joyful, and deeply connected to your body. If you enjoyed this practice, throw it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you enjoyed the most. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the latest yoga love released each week. From my heart to yours.